when you first come to university, I would have thought that quite a lot of it is understanding, getting used to how to work. You're still not 100% sure, and you're still finding your feet. Even after, probably after your first year, you're still finding feet a few times, because it's very independent, like I've said, and that is it does prove quite difficult, because you've got so many more things to think about. So when I was at secondary school, you just got to think about, right, I can go home after this from 5, during my day at school, I'll go home, I could just watch TV, tea's going to be on the table sometimes, I'll be able to just eat that, and afterwards maybe do a bit of homework, go to bed. But here you got to think so much, so you got to think, right, how am I going to get home? After I've done my day, how much homework have I got? When's my assignment deadline? Lots of different things you got to think about. Also, you got to cook for yourself as well, which is I'm still learning myself. But there's so many things you got to think about, which is probably the most difficult part. But more specifically to my course, probably a difficult thing would be probably the assignment deadlines. They give you so much time, and you need to be able to plan ahead, because you don't want to just think, oh, okay, I'll put it off, because then it'll come around really quickly. So you've got to be able to organise and plan your structure, so that you finish with enough time, and you put in, you're able to achieve what you kind of want to achieve from it. That's probably the hardest bit. I was the first one in my family who actually went to university, so I never actually had any experience of knowing what university life's going to be about. So I couldn't really think about and ask. Well, of course at the time I didn't really think about anyone I could really ask about university. So you kind of get in, trying to get prepared for it the best you can, but you haven't got a great deal of knowledge and understand exactly what it's going to actually entail, and how you can prepare for it. So for example, buying things, what do you buy? When do you come up? How are you going to transport it? Lots of things that you're going to have to go through and think about. But since being at university, I've actually I found out that actually there are quite a few opportunities that are available to actually ask people, even asking students at the university you're interested to go to. So message to many people who are planning to go to university that there are quite a few opportunities there for you to find more out. Main meals during the week is mainly pasta. Quite a simple thing, but however I am very good. I do understand nutrition, especially doing the course I'm doing, and therefore I do really try to take in also key vitamins, and which I also need part of my diet. But since being at university, my options and my decision of what sort of career I want to go into has changed, and it's probably for a good thing actually. I've really sparked a passion for physiology, a specific aspect within sport and exercise science I'm studying, and I really, I have such a I love it so much that I actually really want to go into it. So I'm kind of thinking other routes instead of just going to professional football club. So I'm looking at clinical physiology. So within working for NHS, so you're going to be looking after people, supporting them, but using, again, simply the same thing as applying your knowledge. And the other route is strength and conditioning. So it's slightly different, but you will be working into professional sports teams, but you'll be looking at a slightly different aspect of trying to focusing more on the strength, of course, and the muscular system.
For a long time, I was like that. I didn't know what I actually wanted to do. Then I looked at my grades and looked at what I actually liked doing. And
my key fob, and which I used to get into in my halls and into my bedroom and into my just flat in general. It kind of shows how I've had to become a lot more organised. So my bedroom is covered in posters.